KTV sat down with Interim General Manager of Housing Davis Montour to discuss the housing survey recently conducted to gauge Kahnawake with current housing needs. That survey took place from November 21st to December 21st back in 2018.
Well, kicking off the survey, we had to take a look at a number of things. We wanted to get a better understanding of what the current state of housing needs were within the community. We did have a fair amount of information to go from. The housing department had surveyed the community in the past, obviously in dialogue with chief and council and knowing what the needs are presenting on the sort of the ground level with the community. But I think we're at sort of a turning point in terms of housing with the community, in that we have to dialogue more directly with the people of Kahnawake in order to build the products in terms of housing that they'll need now and going forward. There's a lot of immediate needs that we're seeing right now that were pretty apparent and reflected within the responses in the survey. And those will also assist us in terms of designing products 3, 5, 10 years down the road for where the community wants to go in terms of what they expect out of the housing department here. Well, the interesting thing was that we got no one single response that jumped out. It wasn't everybody wants a mortgage, everybody wants rentals. It didn't come across like that at all. We got sort of several pockets across like the demographic span of people who would be in need of housing. So we had, reflective of more social housing units. That's clear and apparent. And that's something that we're working on right now in terms of development. Young single people, say no kids, maybe couple, single, that are looking for housing and that can't afford perhaps the rental rates that are being requested here in the community. Elders, not elders lodge ready people, but people who might be looking to transition to a smaller living space. They might have too much house for too little people, whether it's a single or a couple, totally autonomous, can do their day-to-days and stuff like that. They just don't need all that space. So they're looking to downsize, and that came through in the survey as well. But also, mortgages have been a big topic as well in terms of what we're going to do and what we're going to do going forward. We got a variety of information regarding that too. People through the survey have reflected they want to maintain mortgages, but they seem to be more open and flexible to different types of mortgages. Maybe that goes into like a condo type scenario or townhouses or things like that. So people still do want mortgages, but they're open to a variety of products in which we can apply that. Might not mean just all new construction. So it's giving us different targets to shoot for than maybe we would have explored in the past. Traditionally housing has focused on, low income and families, and those are still key primary areas for us. But the net is a little bit wider now, I think, in terms of housing needs. The people are telling us that, so I think it's our duty to develop accordingly. The housing department is working very, very hard to meet everybody's everyday needs right now. There's a lot of demand, so we've been extremely busy, and we appreciate people's patience in terms of trying to be in touch with us, our ability to get to various issues, whether it's repairs or new files, things like that. A lot of volume. Housing is a very busy place. There's a lot of need and a lot of demand for housing here within the community. It's always been that way. So we're looking to take from what we've learned over the last year or so and improve upon. So if people do have suggestions, needs, things that they want to discuss and consult on, for sure also be in touch. We're open. The survey is not necessarily a closed issue. Keep bringing us the information, keep giving us the feedback. We're going to be engaging the community as well. You can for sure expect like an open discussion type forum, like a community meeting type scenario where we can talk and discuss about housing needs in the community. There's going to be a lot coming out of the housing department over the next 12, 18 months. So I encourage the community to be in touch with us and to let us know what they think.